Welcome back to the show. Let's talk to our dear friend Swen Lorenz from the Master Investor. Sven, very good morning to you.
Good morning.
And I guess Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year to you as well.
Perfect. Let's kick off. We're going to talk about the Master Investor show that's coming up, a show for private investors. Tell us more.
Indeed. So the key idea of the Master Investor Show is really to enable private investors to meet the CEOs and the founders of companies that they can invest into. Because obviously as a private investor, you don't usually get the kind of access to the key people behind a company. And we offer 1 day a year where you can come to a venue in central London and meet lots and lots of CEOs, founders, chairmen, major shareholders, entrepreneurs, very exciting people to speak to and people who are interesting in their own right. And as an added benefit, you can learn what their company is doing to increase the value for its shareholders, and you can invest into these companies.
So typically what sort of companies will be there?
The bread and butter exhibitor of our show is really AIM-listed companies.
Right.
Very easy to invest into. You just call your broker and you buy and sell these shares. We also have venture capital opportunities, often with EIS tax benefits behind it. Mutual fund managers, independent financial advisors, we've got startups, also we've got companies from abroad, exhibitors from Australia, Canada, the States, Hong Kong. It's a very broad mix. There's something for everyone.
Right. Now you've talked about the art of investing and having some fun. Is that the right wording?
Absolutely. We want to make investing not just interesting, but also fun. And one very obvious way how to do that is, obviously nowadays, you can easily, and you should invest into new technologies. Technologies is where most money is being made. And every year we try to bring a couple of showcase technologies to the show, something you can look at, marvel at in some cases. And this year it's going to be among other things, we are going to have a company called Aurora Labs from Australia. Very hot investment right now. They're doing very well on the Australian stock market. And they have developed a couple of new 3D metal printers.
3D metal printers?
Absolutely. And I've seen them on videos.
Right.
These printers are quite something. And they're going to fly 2 of these printers over from Australia, and they will be one of the centerpiece of the show. And I can promise you it'll be fun and interesting to look at.
Right. Now, in terms of the speakers, that's obviously key for everybody. Who's going to be talking?
Absolutely. And there's a lot going on that day. We're going to have 48 speakers in total.
Wow.
And the centerpiece of the event also is the main stage. We're going to have a couple of celebrity speakers again. We're having Tom Stevenson, who many people will know from The Telegraph and from the BBC. We've got Alex Wright, who is the manager of the Fidelity Special Situations Funds, one of the best-known funds in the UK, has £60 billion in assets under management, and Alex doesn't usually speak in public, so this is a very special opportunity to see Alex. We've got our very own Jim Mellon, who speaks there every year, well-known entrepreneur, market commentator, and very successful investor himself. And we've got Justin Urquhart-Stewart, Mr. Red Braces, who you will know from the media, who is always good for some very interesting commentary about the markets, and loads of others.
Understood. Now, in terms of innovations for this Master Investor, what have you got up your sleeve?
So every year we try to add 1 or 2 new little aspects to the event to make it better and to also take up the feedback that we're getting from our audience. For the first time, we're going to have a dedicated corner for bloggers, so finance bloggers and investment bloggers. There are a lot of interesting people out there on the web that no one has ever heard of who are writing really, really interesting content about investing and personal finance. And we've just said, you know what, we're going to create a corner for them. People can meet them, can speak to them, and that's interesting, obviously, for the bloggers as well. They can find new readers. It works for everyone. Adds great content to our show. We are going to launch our event app. For the first time, we'll have an app that will guide people through the event. You can take notes, you can provide feedback, participate in surveys, and a few other things that we're going to unveil over the next couple of weeks.
Okay, when, where, and how do I get a ticket?
In London, in Islington, so very easy to reach, in the Business Design Centre. It's taking place on Saturday, March the 25th. It's from 9 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock in the evening. And tickets are available on our website, masterinvestor.co.uk. And as always, for Tip TV followers, we've got a special offer. If you type in the discount code RESEARCH, you can get a couple of free tickets, but that's limited in time, so sign up soon.
Understood. And finally, are Tip TV going to be there?
We had you there last year. People loved having you there, and I think you got a couple of really interesting interviews out of it with our speakers. So, of course, we'll have you back.
Wonderful. If we can be in the VIP lounge again, that would be perfect.
No doubt.
Sven, as always, thank you for your time. When are you back at Tip TV Towers?
Next week, hopefully, with a couple of investment-related ideas.
Brilliant. Thank you for your time. Thank you.